What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the left side of the map in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is Suppe. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Loki. His name is Matreiuss. This is a game selected from their best of 3 series for the Fimbulwinter 4 tournament hosted by AOL Iron Maiden. So for those who haven't seen it, I recommend going over and watching the rest of the series on his YouTube channel. I'll put a link in the description below. But if you are unaware of what Fimbulwinter is, it's basically a tournament that AOL Iron Maiden's been hosting every single year during the winter time in the Northern Hemisphere, Christmas time. And it's a Norse-only tournament. Now, this season, the way that it works is that the players, or the tournament system, is that it's a, I believe it's called a Swiss system. So, everybody plays the first round, whatever rating they are, whatever the seeding is. If you win, you then play someone else who has got 1 win. And if you lose, you play someone else who has got 0 wins. And then you do that up until the rounds are finished, or the amount of games that you want to do is finished, and then you can work out who's won and who's lost. So it's a really, really nice way of getting everyone to kind of play a whole bunch of games and have some fun. And this is what this tournament is about. It's a really, really fun tournament, and we get to see a matchup that honestly we don't get to see all too much, because generally speaking, while Norse is a fairly popular god, when you're playing a tournament, in a tournament setting, most players who play against Norse-only players will pick gods like Zeus, will pick gods like Set, will pick gods which are really, really good against Norse. They won't pick Norse against Norse. And then, obviously, you will have Norse players playing Norse players, and you will get that Norse mirror some of the time, but it seems to be that we don't get to see it all too often. So it's a nice tournament, and it'll be great to give Maiden some support, so definitely go and check him out. But Matreiuss is Loki here against Suppe's Odin. Very, very excited to see this one. The thing about, I'm also participating in this tournament as well, and this is my opinion. I'm really not sure which god is the best in this matchup. People are saying Loki at the moment is the best, but honestly, I think Odin can find wins against Loki. I think Thor can find wins against Loki. I think Odin can find wins against Thor. I think Thor can find wins against Odin. It's a really, really bizarre god balance thing going on, and I think this is partly why this is the only real tournament you can run within just like one civilization only. So, I mean, maybe in the Egyptian wars you might see a whole bunch of Ra and a whole bunch of Set, not much Isis. You might see in the Atlantean wars, you'd only see really Uranus getting picked. In the Greek wars, you'd probably only see Hades getting picked. Maybe see some Zeus, but not much. So this is probably one of the ones where you see the most god diversity. So I'm interested to see what Suppe's going to do here playing as Odin, and what Matreiuss is going to go for. We are seeing the 4 SETI coming through. Generally speaking, from what I've heard from a lot of the top Norse players, is Heimdall is dead in this matchup. You can't pick Heimdall due to 4 SETI. Now, you can go Heimdall against Odin, but you can't go Heimdall against Thor or against Loki due to 4 SETI, and it's not necessarily the Hall of Thanes that you have to worry about in the Heimdall rush. While that is an issue, it's the troll. The free troll that comes out puts a stop to nearly all Heimdall aggression, because it just does so much damage and it's impossible to kill unless you have, like, I don't know, 10 throwing axemen out or something. The Herser can never get onto it. They don't stick onto it either. The troll just retreats away and can continue getting damage done underneath the town center. So it's basically a dead god to some degree in most of the matchups. So we are seeing Suppe here. He's gone through 4 SETI, and we see some early Olsarks coming out of the town center. I love this. This is reminiscent of a very, very old idea that I used to run. I was actually made a YouTube series on it, or not series, but a YouTube video on it. But this isn't quite it. This is a 5 Ulfsark start. Effectively, it allows a Norse player a significant amount of early game advantage against their opponent. But at this point, Suppe is getting stopped by a couple of walls here, which is, if you're being aggressive, this is not what you want. And that troll is getting a lot of value here, currently targeting down the Valkyrie, but the units are going to push through. Handful of Hersa are here, and villagers are here. And we'll see if Suppe can get in here, as he does get his immediately targeting down the troll. Matreiuss with some really, really bad micro there. He's going to throw that troll away. This is exactly what Suppe needs here in this early stage of the game, as the villagers pushing over here. A forest fire could be utilized onto one of those little pine trees here, straggler trees, but Suppe decides to retreat back, picks off a villager, loses an Ulfsark, almost loses the Valkyrie, gets out of there. Nice early game here for Suppe, gets a big advantage as he's going to continue pumping units out. He's now starting to make raiding cavalry here and throwing axemen and Hersa as his unit of choice, as we do see the wall coming back up onto this location. One little known fact here, while Norse units, they do fight for favor, nearly everything gets them favor. The exception is walls. Walls have 0 favor. You can see in this UI, walls have got 0 favor. So you can kind of attack a wall for as long as you want, and you will get 0 favor for it. As units still trying to push forward, Matreiuss still trying to shank here, but now he realizes he's a little bit further behind. He's down 10 population at this moment. He's decided to pull off of the walrus in the middle of the map, and he's going to retreat back home into his main base. Plenty of hurtables here. And this is where these sorts of aggressive plays from Odin against Loki get shut down. And that's the fact that there's just so many resources in the main base of Loki. You have to decide where you're going to go from immediately here. And Matreiuss is getting himself out. Early watchtowers. He's delaying his Hall of Thanes a little bit to get those watchtowers out. But the watchtowers are in. He's got his walls set up around this tower. Very, very important wall. He's getting walls set up over here as well. And in all honesty, Suppe here, he's got to be worried. How do you now defend against the impending Hersa problem that's going to be coming for him? The Hersa are going to get massed out. There's nothing you can do to stop that at this point. And your main base here, it's got X amount of gold. You have to defend a second gold mine. When those units are coming out, you're going to be sitting on hunt over here, hunt over here. Your army has to be sitting back defending this. Yes, Matreiuss is sitting in his base, not eating hunt, so you will be able to potentially hit the heroic age a little bit earlier, but we'll see what sort of an idea Suppe is going to be after here in this game. He's sitting 75 population here. He's getting his houses up in his main base, playing very, very defensively. I love that play. But will he be able to defend the 5.72 speed of those Hersa? Now, I like the idea of the raiding cavalry here. Generally, you don't see all too many of them getting built, but the idea, I believe, is that you can chase the Hersa around and snare them with hack attacks to allow your villagers to be a little bit more safe. There's a Hersa running through. Not only that, if you're snaring them, it allows the throw an axeman to get some good damage done, as the Hersa do turn around, pick off a villager there, and then continue to move forward. Nice play from Matreiuss. And you just have to, as the Odin player, you just have to accept that this damage is coming. You just have to accept it's coming. Oh, good micro here from Matreiuss, but Suppe pulls back in time. He does have a Valkyrie there that can heal that one up. And we see a town center. A town center here from Suppe. This is Suppe's idea. I like it. But he does need to get himself a tower upgrades in his main base. He doesn't quite have it just yet. And his home base is going to be very, very naked here. And we see a Valkyrie spawn. Look at this play here from Matreiuss. I'm not sure if he's actually done this intentionally or not, but he moves forward with the Valkyrie, and the Valkyrie tanks town center fire, while the Hersa can fight underneath town center here, taking buildings down, getting more and more value out of his Hersa. Love that play. But the town center is up for Suppe now. He's still eating the hunt in the center of the map. A troll spawn here is going to cause a lot more problems. Houses going down is going to cause problems for Suppe as well. And I mean, what's Suppe going to really do here? Units coming up onto this position, targeting down this wall, does give a little bit of an inkling over to Matreiuss, over to Suppe for what's happening here, as Matreiuss might be looking to get his own town center, and indeed is going to be doing so. One dwarf has been sniped there. Nice play from for Matreiuss to get full value out of his Valkyrie, but the Valkyrie does go down. No more dwarfs going to be falling. The villager's getting pushed back. Does he pick that one off? Yes, he does, as the ox cart did path block that villager. Something fierce there, as the Hearser get a nice snipe. Villager differential here. Soup, a little bit behind. 3 villagers, not a big deal, especially with the 20% bonus to hunting. Excuse me, bonus to hunting that Odin does get. So it's not like being a little bit behind in the villager count. That's just kind of like being equal, so to speak, especially when your opponent is on herdables and you're on hunt. But the villagers pulling back. Plenty of herdables in the main base here for Suppe as well. Moving up onto this gold mine. Matreiuss is going to have to figure out how he's going to defend this one. Effectively here, Matreiuss needs to be on this gold mine while also somehow defending his main base. Now, one idea would be bring these villagers off of the wood, chuck them onto the herdables here. These villagers here can go onto the herdables here. Villagers can chop wood on this location over here as the Hearser. They do sneak through, maybe undetected, as the dwarves are onto this gold mine, and Matreiuss spots that there's no gold here anymore. Matreiuss knows there's no gold villagers over here, I assume, because his Hearser have checked that one out, but he hasn't put 2 and 2 together that means the dwarves have to be up on this location here, as Matreiuss still trying to take out sentry towers, is causing problems. Another Valkyrie spawn, really helpful for Matreiuss in this game, as pickaxe husbandry coming through. Raiding cavalry still sitting a little bit idly by. Thank you for the prime there, gorgeous Porgy. Appreciate the support. Welcome. As one Hearser gets taken down there from the Townsend to fire. Nice play. Husbandry coming through, and Soup's plan here, he needs to get to the heroic age at the same time as Matreiuss, or at least within a couple of tens of seconds, maybe like 20 seconds of Matreiuss' heroic age. And his food is starting to pump up. He's defending his gold mine nicely here. Dwarves moving forward onto this location, potentially to grab the gold or jump onto the hunt over here. Looks like they are looking for a gold mine up onto this gold mine as well. As the game motors ahead. And, I mean, it's still scary to play in this position as Soup. You got to worry about the flaming weapons. You got to worry about the Hearser. You got to worry about your villagers not falling as the Hearser coming in onto this position. The Soup too slow to react here. This is going to be a lot of villager kills as a Valkyrie spawn comes in as well. Matreiuss is just getting so many myth unit spawns in this game. Hearser going to be retreating away. Villagers pulling back. They're going to move back over onto this hunt. There's not any more hunt left on the map apart from this ridiculous hunt spawn over here, which Soup is never going to go and get. Maybe Matreiuss also never going to go and get either, as Dwarves getting pulled back. Doesn't manage to pick any of them off, but does get some damage done as Matreiuss' army coming over to defend this. The Hearser en route as well. Hearser getting pulled back here. Soup going to be hitting the next age. Matreiuss going to be hitting the next age here. One thing that Matreiuss has done a little bit better than Soup has here as is that Matreiuss is cut military, I believe. Let me take a look. Yeah, Matreiuss is cut military. And what does this mean? It means that Matreiuss is going to continue to be able to be training villagers, whereas Soup is going to be sitting at 99%, meaning as every 16 or 14 seconds that this goes ahead, 16 seconds if you're building dwarves, that's an extra amount of gold or income, economy, that Matreiuss is going to be getting over Soup, which is really going to help moving forward. But Soup has managed to hit Skadi first. Matreiuss is through Braki, and this is where things get scary for the Loki player. If Soup can simply just sit back and not brain fart here, he will be able to hit the Mythic Age, he will be able to click Balder, and the ball is in Soup's, in Matreiuss' court to defend that on a map with exposed gold mines everywhere. It can be really tough. But Soup's moving across the map. He's looking for raids. He's not yet brain farted. Trying to get this town center. Kind of left his villagers a little bit naked here for raids as Matreiuss running around the map here. Probably should be trying to hit this a little bit harder than he is as the Hearser moving across. They will be looking to hit that gold on the other side of the map. Is a market going to be going down? Town center coming up. Still plenty of herdables left over here. Another option here for Soup would be to if the raids come through and he can't get this gold, just jump onto wood and sell wood. Rush Mythic Age here as best as he can, especially because he's got the 3 town centers. He doesn't need to be making any dwarves here. Probably stop making dwarves and make gatherers. Wouldn't be a bad idea, as the dwarves do get spotted here. Soup's going to have to retreat back. Hasn't yet paid attention here, losing a lot of units as he is raiding the villages of Matreiuss. Both players losing a fair amount of units here as a troll spawn here. Not going to be that big of a help. Forest Fire getting dropped down onto this position. Going to be pushing these units away, getting a little bit more villager kills there. Hell now on the way for Matreiuss as Matreiuss hits the Mythic Age first. Matreiuss needs to know he has to try and work out how he's going to defend a Ragnarok, because I don't think he's going to be stopping Soup getting bowed up in this game. 135 population here for Soup. The Hearser get pulled back. Oxcart was taken out there. There's more Oxcarts getting trained here for Soup moving forward. With the market being up, though, I mean, well, with Hell coming through, excuse me, Soup does have a timer to some degree here, because the Nidhogg is going to be incredibly tough to deal with. The way to deal with a Nidhogg as Norse is Fire Giants and Fire Giants alone. You think, yeah, you can get the upgrade for the Throw-in Axeman to pick off a Nidhogg, but I'm telling you, that Nidhogg is going to burn those Throw-in Axemen, and life's going to be very, very sad for him. As the raiding cavalry do come in, they are able to take down those Throw-in Axemen nicely here, moving across the map, trying to find something to take out. There's the dwarves over here, going to be getting cleaned up. Frost Giant gets sniped down. Nice play there from Matreiuss. That's exactly what he needs there, because that means that no Fire Giants are going to get frozen, no boars are going to get frozen. Divine, how you going, my friend? Thanks for the 2 months. Happy New Year. Appreciate you. Welcome back. Can't wait to see you dominating Retold when it comes out. For those of you who don't know, Divine is a Age of Empires 4 streamer. Very, very strong Age of Empires 4 streamer. Go check him out. As the Raiders coming through. He also played Age of Mythology Extended Edition back in the day, and that's why he's good at Age of Empires 4. As Balder has been clicked up by Soup. It's 60 villages for Soup. It's a minute and a little bit remaining for that Balder to come through, as the Nidhogg drops down onto this location, going to immediately make its way over onto this gold mine. Hearser checking out the bottom gold mine. Soup is basically forced to immediately Ragnarok here, which means Matreiuss here, without having to put any real significant pressure on to Soup, can start putting up his own defensive structures, getting himself fortified town centers, getting himself masons, getting himself a ton of longhouses to build throwing axemen out, putting towers down onto gold mines and the like here as best as he possibly can. Obviously, Matreiuss not 100% sure that Soup is going Mythic Age, but you've just got to have that in the back of your mind that it's coming, as Matreiuss starting to put some pressure onto this town center here. Soup is at 141 of 145 population. Villagers coming back over onto this gold mine, as the Nidhogg has been dragged into the main base here. The villagers of Soup kind of sitting idly by here, as the Nidhogg going to get a lot of damage done onto these. He does 30 damage, and it's splash damage, so the villagers basically get roasted really, really fast. Luckily for Soup, once you click Ragnarok, all of the villagers come back up, or Heroes of Ragnarok get spawned at full HP, rather than the Son of Osiris style conversion, which is a little bit different there. But Matreiuss, he's low on population here. He's trying to get rid of everything so he can spam out those Thrown Axemen, as there's the Ragnarok coming through. 263 population. Matreiuss has got 1,200 gold in the bank. He's got all of the longhouses down. He's going to start spamming out those throwing axemen here, as this Fire Giant does get targeted down by a Hearser, but it gets cleaned up nice and fast here as the units pushing forward. This Nidhogg still flying alive. Any upgrades here for those throwing axemen to deal with the Nidhogg? Not just yet, but the Fire Giant, that is enough to make that work, as the Nidhogg retreating back. Taking out the Hearser, taking out the Throw-in Action, taking out everything else over here. Going to be checking out the gold here. The villagers are all on this gold mine for the time being. Masons coming through as well for Matreiuss. Matreiuss is ready as he'll ever be to defend a Ragnarok. If you're going to see a Loki player defend a Ragnarok, this is going to be it. Generally speaking, Ragnarok is, with Norse, is the hardest god power to defend in the game, but it looks to me like Matreiuss is well prepared. Longhouses coming up everywhere, flaming weapons getting dropped, trying to force out a frost of some variety here as he spread those units very, very thin. I can see what Matreiuss is thinking, but whether or not this is the right call, I'm not 100% sure, as the... looks like a little bit of dwarf conversion here or something, as the heroes of Ragnarok getting cleaned up on this gold mine. The ox guards have been taken out. Matreiuss has only got 70 gold remaining, though, as Suppe's population is dropping very, very fast here. Where's the fire giant? It's sitting over here. You need to get that fire giant targeting down that Nidhogg. The Nidhogg, while it might not seem like it's doing too much damage, it's doing 50% reduction in its damage. That's still free damage onto those heroes that shouldn't be happening here. As Suppe retreats back, he needs to be sticking onto these gold mines. He needs to get around onto this position and take this out. But he's a little bit too concerned with the current position he's in, considering... I mean, well, Matreiuss has got no gold in the bank, so pushing off gold here is effectively a win. There's also still frost remaining for Suppe, so he could actually frost these villages on this gold as well for another option here, as now we've got the fire giant taking out the Nidhogg. That's where the damage comes in. If Matreiuss doesn't pay attention here, this fire giant, I think it beats the Nidhogg. That's where it's crazy. You might be like, but how was that fair? Well, I mean, it's fair because there's no real good answer for the Nidhogg. And the Nidhogg has got 4.48 speed as Loki, so you can just retreat away from it, so no problems. As the army of Suppe trying to push in here, trying to find some sort of a frost to hit both of these, to hit everything here, but he still hasn't clicked it. He's still got that one in the bank. I guess he's saving it for next game or something. As the Nidhogg still getting targeted down. There's no heroes out at the moment for Matreiuss to deal with this. All the units falling here for Matreiuss, but he's still sitting at 118 population, and Suppe is now down to 77 population. The Ragnarok has got no oomph left in it as the Nidhogg chases these units up. We will see, I don't know, a frost. I mean, what else can he do? He's got no other options. All of his units are getting taken out here. The Nidhogg is getting a lot of good damage done. More Throw and Axemen is spawning onto this position out of these longhouses here, as Matreiuss has still got another 800 gold left in this gold mine before he needs to start worrying about something else. Suppe does have 18 villages out at this point right now, and he's got farms up and he's got some safe resources, but it's 19, 20 villages to Matreiuss's 57. So it's going to be a long grind to get back into this game as the villagers live. The Rag is dead. The army is out. It's going to be marching across the map to get himself that third town center back up. He can also start raiding with that Nidhogg as well, because it's still very much alive at 433 HP. Yes, one fire giant will be able to deal with it, but it's still going to be able to hit some nasty raids onto Suppe, as Matreiuss alive and well. Moving forward, lots of villagers in this town center ready to start working, as Matreiuss doesn't even bother building the town center with everything. He's going to grab it, but he's going to move in to this gold mine, looking for some raids, looking to push Suppe out of this game. Doesn't want to allow Suppe to re-boom here, as 100 favor remaining in Suppe's bank to make fire giants. He can, if he had the gold income to make these fire giants out, he would be able to survive a little bit longer in this game, because Matreiuss, he's only got Throwing Axemen. And look at his main base. There's no farms here, so he's not going to be able to spam out those Hersa all too well, though he does have some elk on this position, so I guess some Hersa will be able to come out nonetheless for Matreiuss to deal with any sort of fire giant follow-up. As the dwarves get pushed off of this location, the villagers moving forward to try and grab these berry bushes. Still no fire giants being made, as Suppe is just spending everything on dwarves, but Suppe's got to realize he didn't get that much damage done onto the villagers. He's going to be kind of kicking himself for not just targeting that gold mine with everything. I think he probably didn't even need to target the the town center over here. He could have just ran around the sides, hit this, and then squeeze in. Would have been a much more sensible decision, because picking off the gold first slows down any sort of reinforcements that Matreiuss can make. But yeah, Suppe here now on full defensive mode. The Oxcart tankage coming in. They do have 100 HP, but that's funny. Nidhogg coming in, trying to take out some units over here, some villagers there, and Suppe in this moment realizes no economy, no military, no hope left in this game, and Matreiuss claims this victory. If you do want to watch the rest of the series, I do encourage you to go and watch AOL Iron Maiden's shoutcast of said series. Definitely a fantastic series. These are two of the best Norse players out there, and an entertaining series nonetheless, as Matreiuss does claim this victory. If you guys enjoyed it, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.